out our makeup palette, it's completely made out of paper. You see our roll-on lipstick sticks are paper. Nail polishes are glass, which is a recyclable cap. So everything that we do is completely recyclable.
Imagine a brand where childhood is celebrated through nature's goodness, where dermatologist-approved formulations meet eco-friendly, sustainable formulas. Hello and welcome to Rashi Foundation. Our guide on this journey is none other than the founder of Yellow Naturals, a beacon of the clean, conscious lifestyle, Pooja Dugar. She's the founder of Yellow Naturals. पूजा आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है.
Hi, namaste. Thank you for having me over.
Okay, to start with, tell us about Yellow Naturals, the brand, how its goods are, meant to evoke the essence of childhood. Also tell us about your journey and what got you into skincare products. Over to you.
So Rashi, Yellow Naturals is actually more than a personal care brand. It's an ode. It's actually an heartfelt ode to the amazing childhood memories that we bring along as parents. And also, as parents, the entire journey can be really overwhelming. So many things that we really worry about, have to assure about, etc. So we just started looking out for brands who, would really justify the moment and ease out the stress that we go through as parents, because obviously we want to give best to our children. And we are continuously in a search of products or services or things that can actually nurture their health and nurture their well-being rather. So that's how Yellow Naturals was born. And we did not only wanted to restrict ourselves in being like a product that sells very good. We wanted to build an ecosystem, a brand that people could look up to, trust, and completely follow by. I mean, as soon as you hear about Yellow Naturals, you're talking about trust, you're talking about quality, you're talking about safety, you're talking about products that are 100% natural. So that's how we wanted to completely, turn around the universe for kids. And also, if you've ever noticed, there's an age group which is 0 to 3, which are babies. And then there's an age group for 4 to 12. And then there's teens. And then, we have a life of our own. So babies, obviously, market was flooded. We had like a variety of options. And, we actually were made to do a choice between which favorite brand we wanted to go through. And then the loyalty remained for 3 years. We never changed our brand. But as soon as the kid became 4 years old, we realized that, boom, there was nothing. And then 14 or 12 years on, kids had their own products, their own mind, and they wanted to follow their friends, peers, or even their parents for that matter. So that's how Yellow Natural was born. And that's how we looked at nourishing childhood naturally. We wanted to not stop kids from doing what they wanted to do and not stop the inquisitiveness. So that's how Yellow was born. And that's how Yellow can be defined as fully trustworthy. And also to introduce me, I've had a great journey. So, post my college days, I was lucky enough to have an opportunity to work in a corporate. So I worked at Planet M Videocon Group, got an opportunity to launch various brands, and the exposure was humongous. Then I moved on to launch my own venture, which was about a decade back, more than a decade back, and I ventured out into an experiential marketing company. Obviously, everybody wants to add on and do a difference and make something that is never seen or add value to the industry or value to your own self. When I started the journey, trust me, I had a lot of passion, but the kind of monies that you want to invest in the business was negligible. वो बोलते हैं ना जब passion होता है that doors open and then you start doing things by yourself. So it was completely passion led. And today we work with Fortune 500 companies and are completely ventured out into marketing and brand building. Also, if I had to put 3 adjectives to the kind of business we do, or the kind of adjectives my clients would have for me, or rather my business. So I think it'll be trust, passion, and period. So I still have clients who've been working with me since my start of the journey, so 10 years back, and I still have clients on board. That actually justifies and calls for a self-explanatory designation where a trust was built for 10 years, and that's completely that has got me through. So that's been my journey, um, until I decided to also venture out into a kids product line, an ecosystem that we wanted to build, and the journey still continues.
That's super interesting. And I think she's explained it well. That when my son was younger, we were like, "Ki sab gharelu cheeze kar lo." But I think times have changed, and people are more, girls are more aware now. And I think this is wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Okay. So this is nice. Pooja, tell us about the different products Yellow Naturals is doing.
So, Rashi, if I have to ask you, probably name 5 baby brands in India, how many would you know? Say about 6.
Honestly, Pooja, I know the bigger brands, not the baby brands. I would know Johnson and Johnson and Dettol, and honestly, because my kids are big, and when I go, if I go for any cousin's baby shopping, I would just head to, I don't know where. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't be knowing. So let's hear from you.
So I'll tell you what, Rashi, every time I bumped into people and asked them, name me 5 baby product brands that you would know. And they would give me countless numbers, like 6, 7, 8 on top of their mind. But when I asked them, okay, name 4 or 2 kids brand in India that you can relate to, they would know none. That's also because there is no homegrown brand in India, which is dermatologically tested, IFRA certified, and also carries a lot of other certification like no sulfate, no parabens, no harsh chemicals, it's tear free, it's a very mild formulation, yet very effective formulation. And the ingredients obviously are sourced from all over the world, but made in India by a group of parents who completely expertise into their own fields, are 0. So we hold like an amazing, what do you say, a crown, and we feel proud of ourselves in being into that space. And every time we bumped into parents and conversated with them, like we put a couple of exhibitions to understand how do parents think about the product, what do they feel. We've always had such overwhelming response. जैसे कि कहाँ थे आप अभी तक? Why were we not able to see you, and why was there nobody who was able to see this space, because we were continuously looking for our kids product. So that actually gives us a lot of confidence and tells us that there are parents who are completely conscious and who completely look for safe product for their kids. And I'm glad to say your search has ended. There's a quote that always hits my mind whenever I'm asked this question. जब हम बच्चे होते थे और we would fight with our parents, or especially our mothers will always look back to us like जब माँ बनूंगी ना तब पता चलेगा, which actually came so true to me, because जब माँ बनी तब बहुत कुछ पता चला, that this was like a very beautiful journey. But then the major thing that I struggled with always was getting the right product, whether it was oral or whether it was hygiene or whatever you're putting on your child, right? So जब माँ बनी तब ये तो जरूर पता चला कि how difficult it is to take care of your child and give them the best upbringing and well-being and healthy life. To be honest, the entire journey started during COVID days. COVID was a boon to us. We were just sitting randomly at home and we were ordering a shampoo for our daughter. She's now 7 years old. Back then, during COVID days, she was 4. And then, my husband randomly asked me, what shampoo do you want me to order? And I said, I named a brand and it was a baby brand. He looked back at me and he said, listen, our daughter is 4 years old. We can't be just ordering a baby shampoo anymore. And it stuck to me. And I said, oh, yeah, right. But what do you use? Because it was a first daughter and, we didn't really know of brands. We went online, we looked for products, couldn't find any. We reached out to our school friends' parents and we said, hey, what do you use? And believe me, to our surprise, most of the parents we reached out to were either using baby products still until their kids became like 9, 10 years old and they chose their own product, or had completely switched on to an adult product. And then I realized back when we were kids, right? This is what happened to us also. I mean, it was Johnson's because it was predominantly the only brand that came to everybody's mind for babies. And then we were switched on to our parents' shampoos or whatever they were using. But what we don't realize is there is a lot of difference between a baby and a kid and a teen, right? The only difference that I can majorly point out right now is, see, when you're a baby, you're obviously inside the house, you're overly protected and you're just like taken care of. Skin is very gentle, your hair doesn't have any type, right? The only thing you care about is nourishing, gentle care. But when a kid grows and becomes like 4 to 12 years old, trust me, their moms want everything out of them. Sare sports kar lo, go out to play, go to tuitions, go to school. So they're overexposed. And they start obviously having a hair type. Like my daughter has like a very messy hair type. She doesn't have curly, she doesn't have straight. It's very wavy and it's all over. Now, how do you take care of these, right? Also, because these kids are overexposed to the outside world, pollution and sunlight, etc. This is actually the age group. When we were speaking to one of the dermatologists before launching our product, this was actually the age group that needed extra care for their skin, which were hydration. Hydration is the word. और यही hydration adult product में नहीं होता है, because adult products में hydration नहीं चाहिए होता है, because it causes other things if you overhydrate your skin. So this is the major difference that we don't really realize. And also, मुझे ऐसे लगता है that जहाँ पर आपको सबसे ज़्यादा ध्यान देना चाहिए, like the age group that you should really focus on, especially taking care of their hair, skin, oral health, or this is what is the most ignored category in India, where we decided to take the lead. We took one step at a time. We did our research, reached out to about 250 parents within this age group, and did our research to just understand what are parents actually using. And like we did it in our primary research, we realized that majority of the parents were using baby because unko laga kuch harm nahi hai. If it is no benefit, it is no nuksan, so let's rather use the baby product. And then the other half of the parent completely switched on to the more adult side of the product, which were more natural, a little bit more natural, etc. A very minor, set of parents started importing products who were frequent travelers, or there was somebody in the family who was frequently traveling. So they kind of ventured out products and started getting products from abroad. But then there was no homegrown or no Indian brand who was really capturing the vacuum. So that's how we started taking the lead, and we took one step at a time. Unless we reached out to a point, we said, this is the time, let's develop our product. We got a set of parent team that completely worked on this, right from formulations to, making sure how the labeling would be, and also making sure how do we actually convince our parents that this is safe. So whenever you go to our website, you will also see we always talk about being clean and conscious. So clean is definitely the product which is more clean on ingredients. We are completely transparent. Ingredients are mentioned on the website. It's been mentioned perfectly well on the backside of the label, educating our people of how we really make a difference to the world of the age group 4 to 12. We did not obviously wanted to be like a body wash and a shampoo company. We wanted to make an ecosystem of the world that kids could just come, address, and be there, right? So we ventured out into very niche categories also, which I would love to talk about. This is color makeup, right? Natural, 100%, rather I would say 200% natural makeup, where we let people learn about this and have kids come express themselves. See, we also realized that kids were very inquisitive in this age group. A lot of random questions also came to us as parents, right? And we realized parents, especially of a girl child, would completely relate to this, that girls, when they grow up, they look up to their mothers. I mean, I was surprised when my daughter came to me and I was ready and she's like, why are you not putting a mascara? And I was like, oh my God, you know what a mascara is? So they are obviously overexposed to the media side of the world, and they know what, we're talking about. And they would obviously come and have that, debate with us. Why can I not put nail polishes? I love to put lipstick. That's the inquisitiveness in kids, right? And we are never able to give it back to them because वो nail polish लगाते हैं, then there is chemicals that go inside your mouth. I've always had a big debate with my daughter. Put it on your left hand, don't put it on your right hand. And even if she would put it on her right hand, as soon as she would go to sleep, I'll quietly go and remove it. So that's the fear that we all have as parents, to just give the right product to our kids that we know is safe. So we developed a complete range which is colored, 100% natural and 100% safe. So water-based nail polishes, you just put them and you peel them off. You don't need chemical removals or any kind of chemical to be put on the skin. Lip tint, blush on, our kits are completely natural. You just put them and wipe it and it's gone. So you let the kids enjoy and be in their domain, express themselves, go out, do whatever they want to do, or have fun. And also, our product range for kids is more towards building a little world for kids. So it's like having your own store where you go, you pick up your own products, whether it's accessories, dental, whether it's personal care products like shampoos, conditioners, detangler sprays, etc. I mean, in fact, we are the only brand in India which is 100% make in India, made in India, and also ventured out into niche categories. For example, curly hair shampoos for kids. Kids do have different type of hairs, right? I mean, different type of hair. But we have never seen a shampoo that actually caters to different category hair type. So we are the only first people who completely ventured out into a range which is dedicated to curly hair shampoos and conditioners inbuilt. Giving a bath to kid again can get overwhelming. Some kids love it, some kids don't love it. And our target audience is actually this way, convincing parents first to buy the product because it's safe, natural, then also making sure kids have fun with it. If kids don't have fun with it, that means something's wrong with the product, that kids are not able to enjoy, because this is the age group where they start becoming independent. They want to take a bath on their own. They want to do everything on their own because they feel that they're mini adults. So they want to do everything on their own. Hence, whatever product we've made, is 100% safe, natural, it's dermatologically tested. All our fragrances that we put into our product are IFRA certified. That means they're more than 1000% safe for any kid to use it. And it lathers well. So kids are happy taking a bath with it because it has fragrance, it stays with you on your body, it lathers well, and they have fun on their own.
After hearing this, I feel कि use तो करेंगे. It's better to use a specific brand which is specific to your skincare, your skin type rather, So I think after talking to you कि वैसे बोलते हैं ना कि फ्राइड तो खाएंगे ही, तो कम से कम एयर फ्रायर का खा लो.
सी होता क्या है ना राशि, बहुत सारे माँ बाप जिन्होंने अडल्ट प्रोडक्ट पे स्विच कर लिया है, उनको लग रहा है कि कुछ ब्रांड्स हैं जो बहुत नेचुरल ब्रांड्स हैं, तो ये भी यूज कर लिया तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है. वी डोंट रियलाइज दैट किड्स डू नॉट एंजॉय टेकिंग अ बाथ विद देम, because they have different kind of fragrance, adult fragrance. I would not want to have like a breezy fragrance in my shampoo as a kid. I would like apple, I would like peach, I would like strawberry, that little fun that builds into me. Second, they're not tear free. Adult shampoos or body washes, however natural they are, they'll stink a kid's eye. They're not tear free. So there are ingredients that doesn't suit a kid, however natural it is for an adult product. Especially hydration. So whatever product we make, we induce a lot of hydration into these products, because that is what is required. And we are firm believer of the fact that whatever you put on the skin goes inside the skin, it gets absorbed.
Pooja, tell me, what are the different kinds of sustainable practices Yellow Naturals is following?
When we were launching this brand, we were very, very sure that we wanted to do something which was more sustainable. Honestly, this also came from our own daughter. Every packaging that you see, behind the pack, whatever product it is, there's a line which says, "To Anna, love Mama." That is only because this is an ode to a daughter who's brought that confidence into me to create something that could, not only be a world to her, but also a world to other kids. And that's how the product even started. So our daughter was very conscious every time she would, every time Diwali would come in, no bursting crackers, being eco-friendly and taking care of the environment, thanks to all the wonderful education that comes from the school these days. So we were sure whatever we make today is going to stay with the kids forever. And this is the age group where they are, always taught about being a little conscious towards environment. And why not, hit the nail again on the iron, which is very hot, and keep reminding kids of what they practice at school can really be a reality. So when we started our research, we said, sustainable to karna hai, but karenge kaise? Because then the cost becomes heavier, then not everything that is called sustainable is sustainable. So we ventured out and did products which were premium but without monocarton. So if I ask you today, or anybody actually rather outside, what is your experience or meaning of buying a new brand product which is more premium? Probably it's the experience that you open a monocarton, the product comes out of it, the fancy that we create. But then that's also hypocrisy, right? We call our brands as eco-friendly and sustainable, but we do monocartons because it's paper. But do we also realize that every paper obviously calls for a lot of wood, then it's put to the factories, a lot of water is induced to make that paper, etc. So we consciously took that call that let's not do monocartons. If we really want to call ourselves as sustainable, we'll not do monocartons. It actually, we also faced the hit because a lot of people came to us and said, "Acha, ye premium brand hai, but when we buy it, the product is just a product, it is without the cover." And then we realized that it's important to educate. So we started running campaigns on our social media, on our website. If you go in very layman language, like we said, not doing monocartons is a superhero cape. We wear that cape very proudly because we save, say, about 12, 15 big trucks of, landfills from going outside. And so then we ventured on, we said, yeah, packaging to plastic hogi. Then obviously we also realized another thing where we said, let's do something which is made out of recycled plastic. So we started using products which are PCR, which are called PCR. So our bottles are 50% PCR. Going down the line, it'll be 100% PCR because we're already working on it. Also, we spoke about our color makeup range. This range, whatever we've developed, is completely on card paper. We're not doing any plastic. See, even if you take out a makeup palette, it's completely made out of paper. You see our roll-on lipstick sticks are paper. Nail polishes are glass, which is a recyclable cap. So everything that we do is completely recyclable. We also, when we were launching the brand and writing about sustainability on our website, we said, no, you know what? This is not convincing enough. We'll have to take an oath. And we took an oath. We said by 2026, our brand will be completely recyclable, reusable, and compostable packaging. So we have already put some parents on the job who are our team members and who are completely doing R&D continuously on how do we make compostable packaging. You use it and you probably put it on your compost bin, which is outside your house. So that's the journey we're talking about. And we also talk to kids about this. So like we tell them, if you don't use monocartons for say about the entire year products, you give electricity to at least 2 houses for the entire year. And kids are very sensitive these days. You just go and ask them, do you want to give free electricity to 2 houses for the entire year? All you have to do is not use a monocarton on your product and buy a brand who completely abides and oaths by it. Selling a product is a different story, but selling a brand is a different story. So people do not always buy a product, they buy a brand. And we wanted to make that come across.
Yeah, I so buy what you're saying. It's very important for an entrepreneur to be responsible after sales also. It's not just that you sell it and you forget it. And I think she's well equipped with this whole concept and the idea. And I think everybody should, all the young mummies and all the parents should go out and try the Yellow Natural products. What are the future plans? How are you planning to improve childhood experiences more? And what has been your success mantra?
So you know what, Rashi, we've always envisioned a peaceful parenting kind of a future where we give care to kids and peace to parents. So that's the kind of vision that we carry with us. We also want to venture out into accessories for kids which are sustainable. We also are looking forward in getting into categories which are completely niche, like sports category, because this is the age group which is the most exposed to an outdoor activity. We've completely taken that lead, and we want to, do away with the fear of parents of not sending their kids to swim at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because I've lived that truth. Every time on a Sunday, my daughter would say, because they obviously get up late on Sundays, so she would get up at 10 o'clock. By the time she would have a breakfast, be ready, she'd be like, oh, 12 o'clock, now I want to go swim. And I'd be like, Arey, sun, sar pe hai, don't go outside, you'll burn your skin. So I just want to take that fear away from the parents and completely create a trustworthy, caring, all natural and safe, clean brand for them into every aspect of their life. We want to create an ecosystem of trust again with various products where a kid can just go completely pick, choose, and take away what he wants to do. Our success mantra is trust and period. Nothing beyond that.
And I think that is all we need, the trust. And this is absolutely beautiful. Okay, this is nice. Okay, tell me about Samarpan Foundation. I think you're totally involved with your CSR over there. Tell our listeners also about it, its activities and its deliverables. Over to you.
So Samarpan came into picture when we said that, when we teach our kids sustainability, we also need to teach them how to give it back to the society. We've been engaged with Samarpan with our other venture also for the last decade. And we know that they run a school for children, and they run it completely on donation. And they are always looking at creating a brighter future for them, making them self-accessed, self-dependent. So we decided that, also in India, the fortune is at the bottom of the pyramid, and also that's a population heavy category. We said, why don't we also kind of contribute to that, the community? And every time we would think that, we would say, we didn't want to give away 1 rupee or 2 rupee of our product and tell a kid ki acha apne, you buy a Yellow Naturals product and we're giving away 1 rupee to them. We said, no, we want to actually support them to upbring their personal hygiene levels. So we said, fair. So every financial year, 1% of our profit, we give away to Samarpan kids. But we give away in a way that we upbring their hygiene contribution, their hygiene levels completely. So basically, we give them shampoos and body washes, hand washes for their schools, etc. And take care of that. We've also kind of started to build a community of our children who buy Yellow Natural product and involve them into the community. Because, unless and until you have a real hands-on experience, kids don't really realize. So we started doing something for sustainability, which is a hands-on, kind of an experience. And same is for Samarpan.
And this is absolutely great work, and also teaching kids at that young age to be givers and not just receivers. I think this is wonderful. And what is one, I would say, important message to the communities out there and to the brands out there, and rather to young mummies out there? Over to you.
So, I would want to say that Yellow Naturals is not just about selling a personal care product, but it's also about building an ecosystem of, which is dedicated to the growth and well-being of our kids. The trust that we were talking about is something that really needs to be imbibed within parents. See, it is never easy to sell something to mommies. And I'm saying this because also I'm a mommy, and I know that every time I go to buy a product, I would scrutinize a product top to bottom to make sure what is going inside the product, whether it's oral or hygiene or whatever. So it's never easy to convince parents. But if you're very transparent and very out there, and when you do a communication, then I think it becomes a lot more easier. And that's what we stand for. Every time a parent would log on to our website, the first thing they would ever see is what are the ingredients that we use, what kind of product has gone into making, who's the team behind it. So when we started this journey, we wanted to have mommies and daddies on board, who obviously come from various expert background and create that entire product line for us. We had, formulation expert who was a parent. We had a manufacturer who was a parent. A brand market obviously was done by, luckily we have an in-house agencies, it was done by us. So we were a parent. All our partners were parents. So they completely understood the emotion that goes behind making a product as pure and as clean as that. So the only message that I would have to mommies is never compromise.
Our very beautiful Pooja Dugar with her very beautiful products, especially for children, especially for their skincare, from the principles of trust and sustainability to fostering a diverse, inclusive community. Pooja Dugar has infused every aspect of Yellow Naturals with a sense of mission. I think we all need to support her. Get onto their website, see all the products, all her details available on the post and the video. पूजा आपका बहुत बहुत थैंक्स है कि आप आए.
Thank you so much.